I'm going to be talking about several different issues which I think are critical in thinking about this series of disorders, and I say series of disorders because obviously there's a wide spectrum of disease and symptoms and such. I think it's important nonetheless that you hold together, because if you begin to parse it and think in terms of people with this specific symptom complex or that specific symptom complex, you're not going to have the impact that you will have by working together. And I say this as a result of work that I've done in other fields where people have difficulty getting sources. Originally HIV/AIDS and autism, and obviously chronic fatigue is an example where, again, I think it's very important for you to be together so that you can get the resources that are required to find solutions to problems. The thrust of my own research since the early 1980s has been the discovery of microbes, bacteria, viruses, fungi that are implicated in causing diseases. They may or may not be present at the time the disease is manifest, but they serve as triggers for the immune system to cause the disease is required. During the course of my presentation today, which is somewhat will be obscure to some of you, but I think obviously this is a very intelligent audience, you wouldn't be here. I hope to be able to have an opportunity at least to illuminate some of the ways in which one can begin to address these sorts of issues as triggers. Obviously, I don't do much more than simply serve as the front person for the work that's done by many, many people, and those people are listed here. And the people who are most critical, I think, in addressing the challenges of CFSME in our group are a variety of clinicians whose names will be known to you. They're all based in the U.S. The people who participate in the original XMRV PMLD study, and of course my colleagues at Columbia who are focused on very many aspects, immunological, microbiological, and others. Now, we had a tragedy a few years ago, 2010, 2011. It was a setback temporarily when XMRV and PMLD were developed and promoted and such. But in retrospect, there's a silver lining to that cloud, and that it drew the attention of many people who are eminent in science who need to think about this. And I don't think our organizations would be as far along as they are, or they're not far as they need to be, were it not for the interventions, the spotlight that was shown on the disease as a result of the reputed